Hey, my name is Lauren O'Connell. I am a beauty and skincare expert, a mom. I'm also the beauty editor for Cosmopolitan Middle East magazine, and I am on an incredible inner journey right now where I am learning to navigate my own compass. Wow. And that's my life. And anyways, I feel just so drawn right now to just share not only my expertise with beauty products and skincare. I am going to be 40 this year, but also to just uplift you. And I want to empower you. I want you to watch these videos and feel like, I feel better. So don't be surprised if after watching this video today, you just leave feeling like an absolute queen and you just have a little bit more spring in your step. It's just, I feel like I'm oozing it these days, and it really is just radiating everywhere. So one of the things that I get asked about quite a bit is SPF and makeup. SPF in just the different products we use. Now, number one, the SPF we put into that is in makeup products can never, ever replace your actual sunscreen you use throughout the day. I use, and my daughter just left it here because she's on her way to horseback riding and she put some on, but this is my ride or die. It's this Supergoop Play SPF 50 Everyday Lotion. Sorry about that. I had to pause the video. My son came in the room and he was just going nonstop, and I just thought I can't do both things at once. So the sunblock that I was about to show you is this one. This is what I use every single day. It's by Supergoop. I've been using this now for a few years and I love it. The ingredients in here are fantastic. There's no pro-drying alcohols, there's no fragrances or perfumes. Those things I will not let anywhere near my skin. And it's just full of skin nourishing ingredients, which is great for me because my skin is so incredibly dry. This is a broad spectrum sunscreen, which means it counteracts both the UVA and the UVB rays. The UVA rays are the ones that are the silent agers. They are the ones that make your skin look tan, which, as you can see, I have no tan to me whatsoever. I couldn't even tan if I tried. And unfortunately, the UVA rays, they also are the ones that age our skin. They give us wrinkles and fine lines and sunspots, and they just make us look a lot older. The UVB rays, B for burn, those are the ones that burn our skin. So this one is going to fight both, and I will tell you, it does a fantastic job. But throughout the day, a lot of times, you hear, oh, you need to reapply your sunscreen and you need to take extra precautions. And sometimes that's really hard when you have a face full of makeup. Now, you should be reapplying your sunblock every 2 hours. And I'm just gonna stick with that. That's the rule. There are ways to do it with your actual sunblock, which I do sometimes, including just putting a layer of it over my makeup. But there are also alternatives. I should say, instead of saying alternatives, I should say there are also ways you can enhance your sunblock factor. And that includes putting on some makeup that has SPF in it. I feel like it can't hurt, right? So I did come across a brand, it's called Color Science, and I picked up a few of their products, and I just wanna show you, I do like to use these, and particularly the blushes, because this seems to be the area whenever I get the Picogenesis laser, I have a video on it, it brings up all this deep sun damage. Usually it's just right in this area that I have it. So I feel that by putting on the extra makeup with the SPF 50 in it, it's gotta do something, right? So the products are, there's actually 3 colors. I think that there's more, but I have 3 of them. And there's 2 blushes. As you can see, I do actually really use these. I would never recommend something I didn't use, but they are pretty well worn. And they have an SPF 50 in them. And it is a broad spectrum sunscreen. This is a mineral sunscreen, so it's just going to sit on top of the skin. The sunblock that I use every day is a chemical one. And there's also this bronzer, so you can even do a little bit of bronzing with it. And then 2 different blushes. There is, this one's called Berry, and this one is called Blush. I do also have, which I will show you, this powder, and this is a really fun product and a great one also to just dust onto your chest and your hands. Now, once again, in addition to the sunblock that you're reapplying every 2 hours. So I'm going to just kind of demonstrate these for you. And I do like to also use them on my lips. The lips are one of those areas that's really hard to find good sunblocks for, especially some of the lip glosses taste so incredibly bad. So these don't taste bad. And it is SPF 50 on the lips. So what I'm gonna do is start off with the lighter one. This is the blush color. And I'm going to just, you can see it's like a little crayon. Oops. And I'm going to just sort of color it on to my skin. Now this is a very pale light color, so just keep that in mind. And they're really easy. Sorry, I'm hoping I'm looking into my camera the right way. I've decided just to start filming on my phone because I'm so busy. I don't have time to film on my fancy camera anymore and upload it to my computer and then do all the edits. This now gets edited when I'm in bed at night and it's just on a phone app. I tried for a while, but I've just gotten too busy in my life, unfortunately. And I've had some really bad luck with trying to find editors to do my videos for me. It never seems to come out. Oh, I just can't deal with it. It takes a while and then they charge quite a bit of money and then I put the video up and I always think I could have done that myself. So that's the first layer and you can see it just gives my skin a little bit of flush. What I love is I just put a little bit extra SPF 50 there, but the products themselves without having the SPF are nice on their own. And the older I'm getting, I just love using cream-based products because I do have some fine lines underneath my eyes and just I feel like when I start putting tons of like different powders and everything on my skin, it just kind of builds up and then I end up looking a lot older than I am, whereas the cream-based products just seem to be so much more skin friendly. So this is the berry. You can see it's a lot darker. So I'm just gonna put this one on the apples of my cheeks. It does come on a bit funny because it's a indented oval. So it does blend though, so it's not really a huge deal. See, you can see it does add a pretty flush of color to the skin. I have to say, I like the way it looks. I tend to use these quite often. So I think it just looks great on the skin. And I had made an Instagram reel on it. I'm on Instagram quite a bit. I recently got verified. And so I put a reel on it and people just really liked the reel. So I thought, oh, I should do a YouTube video on it too and go in a little bit more in depth on it. So this is just how it looks on the skin. And I think it looks great. It looks healthy. And now my cheeks have some extra protection. I do also have this bronzer. Now the bronzer it is a bronzer. It's definitely a bronzer. It's not a contour stick, but it's a great product if you want to just warm up your complexion a bit. I, these days, haven't been using, I do use bronzer if I'm really going out, but honestly, it has been a journey and a half for me to just accept my skin tone. Growing up in a family with beautiful golden tans on a street full of kids with beautiful golden tans and just being this sort of vampire there was like a lot of self-hatred when I was younger, a lot of self-loathing. And so I've finally just said to myself, you know what, this is the way I was made. I'm just going to embrace it. And, you know, maybe it's part of getting older, but I think it's also a part of just navigating this internal compass that I was talking about. So for me, bronzer isn't just like a must-have because I just feel sort of, you know what, I'm fine the way I am. But if you are someone that likes bronzer, which is totally acceptable and fine, this one will give your complexion just a little bit of warmth. And once again, I just really like going for those areas where I feel like I'm going to get more sun hitting my skin, which I mean, I would say is the forehead. Now, I wouldn't put this all over my entire forehead, although my love of skincare would want me to, but this I think is when the products are getting a bit more makeup-y and a bit less SPF-y. Does that make sense? So you can really go with it and give yourself a pretty intense look. This would be a great one if you happen to live in Dubai and you're one of the girls who goes to the bikini beach brunches, which I did go to once, and I got a spray tan before I went to it. And it was fun, but it was a wild day. It was an all ladies brunch. Oh my gosh. I went with a girlfriend of mine who's pretty wild. And let's just say that afternoon, I went to bed actually that day at probably 4:30 in the afternoon. I didn't get up till the next day. I don't do stuff like that anymore. It's not good for my skin. But that was a fun memory. So you can see it does give a really nice flesh to the skin. I think it looks great. I mean, if you really wanted to like go all in, you could just do the jawline to define it a bit more. And once again, this one is becoming, I think, a lot more makeup-y than it is SPF-y, but that's okay. So what I'm just basically getting at is these products are great to apply. They're easy to use. You can see I'm just using my fingers. If I wanted to, I could use my brushes, but you know, sometimes it's just nice to use the fingers. I did just do a video on Insta Live. I did an Insta Live where I did a face yoga session with this girl who's an expert at face yoga. She's so good. And so she was showing us all how to do stuff like this. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should if you enjoy, you know, those little online classes. I love to do things that sort of empower women to just give themselves a little bit extra self-care. But I just feel like in putting on that bronzer, I could have done a little face yoga session there. So lastly, I have the powder. Now, the powder is this Brush On Total Protection Shield. It says it's water resistant for 80 minutes. This is once again another one that is a mineral sunblock. This isn't something you should use and think, okay, I put this on my face, I'm completely protected. Probably not. However, if you put this on your skin on top of your SPF, I think that's a great thing, especially if you're someone that just loves to use powders. So it comes in, I want to say it comes in 5 shades. Yep, I don't know if my iPhone's gonna pick this up, but I'm seeing like little puffs of product coming out. And can we see it? I can see a bit of a difference on my hands. Can you? This is the one I put it on. So I'm just going to brush this onto my skin. I will say it feels nice. Brush it onto my forehead. And look at that. So if you like to have just a little bit more of a matte base as well, this is a great product for that. So those are the makeup with skincare products. This line does have more products in it. I just didn't buy any of them, but if you feel like this is something maybe you really are vibing with, something you would want to try out, by all means, check out. I will link down below. By the way, the link is a commission-based link. The commission is really small, and I would have done this without having a commission, but it's there, so I might as well use it. But they do have other products as well. I think oh, I didn't show you the lips. So let me just take off my lipstick I have on right now. Put a little, you guys know this trick, a little Vaseline. Actually, I felt the other day like I made it because Vaseline hired me to do a little campaign with them, but not for YouTube, for Instagram and TikTok. Okay. So I'm going to put the darker pink one on my lips just because it will show up better, I think. Let me use my finger. And it doesn't taste gross. And it feels thick like a chapstick. So the texture of it is really nice. It is matte, so keep that in mind. You will have sort of a matte lip look. So if you like to kind of veer on more of the glossy side, you'll definitely need to put a gloss on top of it. but that is SPF protection, and I think it looks really nice on the lips. It's not necessarily the easiest to apply because of the shape, but it's doable. And as you can see, I do it. So that is the Color Science products, and it is makeup with SPF, and something that I absolutely will be using this spring and going into the summer, and honestly all year round. So that's it. If you would like to check out my morning and evening skincare routines, now that I am 39 years old, you can check them out right here. And don't forget to subscribe, because I will always be pumping out more videos for you.